How's it going, guys? Colin back with you again. So, a few people have already been asking me about my injuries, what I sustained the nights of those accidents. So, it's pretty wild, to be honest. I am paralyzed from my chest down. It's my T4 and my T5 vertebrae that I severed. So, there's a bunch of metal hardware that holds my spine in place and aligned. Maybe I could get some pictures and upload them at some point. I cut my left brachial artery, so that was in my left arm, and the doctors had to actually take a vein out of my left leg and put it into my left arm. So that was December 28, 2010 in the first accident. I also I fractured my C1. So when I did that, they had to put a tracheotomy in, and that was the craziest part of all of it because I couldn't talk. I couldn't anything. My head was pretty much useless other than breathing. Like I had a tube in my neck and I was breathing through it, being fed intravenously for 3 months. I recovered from that, and it wasn't until June 30th, 2011, which was about 6 or 7 months later, that I was paralyzed. And I went out with a friend, and he, driving the car, was just making not the best choices, had a few too many drinks, and I was in the back seat. I had fallen asleep and woke up paralyzed for life in the hospital. So I'll tell more about the story as things go on, but it's a pretty wild story. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to come about that. It's a lot of my friends don't know how to take it sometimes. They try to feel pity towards me, and I don't want that. I'd rather be looked at as a man, and whether I'm sitting down or not, I want that respect. So I made my mistakes, and I paid for them, and I'll pay for them for the rest of my life, every day. But anyway, back to the injuries here. So yeah, I cut my left artery, fractured my C1 in my neck, the vertebrae, the very first vertebrae, your C1, which is like pretty much the worst vertebrae to really fracture. I broke 7 or 8 of my ribs. I can't remember. They're pretty much almost like a lot of them, anyways. And then I cracked my pinky finger in half. It was snapped pretty much right through my skin. Shattered my left wrist. They actually had to cut my left wrist out. It's all steel now. There is no left wrist. It's all fused with steel metal and stuff. But that was a pretty heavy one. I split my skull open in 2 places. Cracked my sternum, my chest right here, the main sternum. Cracked that right in half. All these injuries were within 2 nights in 2 different accidents. So it was quite a lot to sustain and keep coming back and trying to recover from that. The second time I wasn't so lucky. I didn't walk away from that one. So I'll be sitting in this wheelchair for the rest of my life, and it's eye-opening to say the least. And I hope to share more with the people, with you guys, about the consequences of drinking and driving and the decisions you make in life, and how that's gonna be with you for the rest of your life. You only got one body, and everyone messes up. We all make stupid choices when we're young and do stupid shit, but there comes a point where you got to think about, okay, I've still got my whole life to live. I got to take care of myself. And sometimes the perspectives of other people's situations that they faced and went through can really help you from that perspective. So I'm hoping that I can share this story and really get out to some people. So again, you guys stay well, and I'll be getting this story out to you guys very soon. So stay tuned in, my friends. Take it easy. Calling out.